Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with 5 reasons why Barcelona do not consider signing a midfielder in the summer. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about Sergio Busquets, as the Barca captain is reportedly keen to resolve his future at the earliest, expecting renewal offer this week. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. In a recent interview, Barcelona president Juan Laporta confirmed 3 positions of interest for the club in the summer transfer window. Going by his words, he said, "We must sign a right back, while a centre back will depend on the market possibilities. A striker, surely yes, but it is likely that someone will have to leave. We have a great midfield and I don't see the need to sign someone there," he said. Joan Foyt and Benjamin Pavard are among Barcelona's priorities for the right-back position, while Thomas Meunier and Diogo Dalot make for adequate plan Bs. Elsewhere, the Catalans are targeting a left-footed centre-half, with Inigo Martinez their top priority. If his signing gets complicated, however, Barca could shift their attention towards Ivan Dika or Aymeric Laporte. As for the striker, Vitor Roque seems to be their only choice, and as per latest reports, talks have been advancing with the Brazilian. Laporta interestingly left out the midfielder, even though Barca need a long-term replacement or backup, at least for Sergio Busquets. As per Sport, there are 5 reasons as to why they do not consider signing a midfielder in the summer. The first, the first reason, Busquets and Roberto's extensions. Sergio Roberto has already extended his contract with Barcelona for another year and the possibility of extending that even further for a year. Busquets is expecting to renew his contract as well, even though the club has not tabled a formal offer for the captain. A few months ago, he was considering leaving, but has since changed his mind after Xavi's request. The second reason, Nico Gonzalez's return from Valencia loan. Barca sent out Nico Gonzalez on loan to Valencia in the summer when the midfielder was not expected to get minutes at Barcelona. He is expected to return to Catalonia in the summer and would likely be a part of the first team dynamics. While his best position is still up for debate, Nico can slot in both as a number 6 and a number 8, which solves a ton of problems for Xavi and co. The third reason, confidence in the youth. Barca have a fair few youngsters coming through the youth academy and can take up positions in midfield and even the defensive midfield role, albeit differently than Busquets. One of them is Marc Casado, who has already debuted with the senior team and received high praise from Xavi. Elsewhere, Pablo Torre also remains an option, even though he has not been receiving minutes of late. An attacking midfielder by trade, his profile fits right into Barca's midfield 3 setup. The fourth reason, satisfaction from current midfield. In Pedri, Gavi, Frankie de Jong, Sergio Busquets, Frank Kessié, Pablo Torre and even Sergio Roberto, Barca have a tremendous midfield rota in the team. Why only one of them is a natural number 6 by trade, the young Roberto and even Kessié can slot into that role without too much hassle and have displayed the same this season. Why Pedri is the best creative outlet in this setup. De Jong, Busquets, Gavi are all creators from different areas on the pitch in their own capacity. Not to forget Torre, who is known to be a finer third creative beast. The fifth reason, Bernardo Silva, Zubimendi, Gundogan are so much expensive dreams. Barcelona have been linked to a fair few midfielders over the past years, including but not limited to the likes of Martin Zubimendi, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan and Ruben Neves. However, these are all Cloud9 dreams Barca cannot afford. Zubimendi's release clause stands at €60 million, with Arsenal ready to rival them for him. Bernardo Silva would cost at least €70 million, while Barca would need to shell out around €50 million for Ruben Neves as well. So it's going to be very, very tricky if we really want to go for the dream midfielders that we have been talking about. That is why, to an extent, you can see that signing these players will be so complicated. Gundogan is certainly available on a free transfer, but his salary also moves in the improbable region of transfer rumors. So fingers crossed, Laporta's words have really been taken seriously, because he said in his recent interview that he does not really see a need for a midfield right now, a new midfielder, because we have other areas of the pitch that are much more important for us to strengthen than the midfield. And for me, I think to some extent it is true, to be honest, because we have already a very balanced midfield. I think the less important area for us to ever worry about in this Barca squad is the midfield. I think there's no argument about that. There was still talking about the midfield as Busquets might likely leave, but right now talking about an extension, which is very possible, then it might be very, very tricky to sign any other midfielder. Then on to the next story of discussion. Sergio Busquets' saga at Barcelona has continued to dominate the chatter around the town over the past 6 months or so, with many unsure of whether or not the midfielder will continue his spell at Barca after the end of this season. It is no secret that the Barca coaching staff is keen on extending Busquets' stay at the club beyond the summer. To that end, the club have called for a meeting with agent Jose Maria Orogbik in order to sort out the future of the veteran. This was revealed by the Spanish media at the time Barcelona announced the new deal for Sergio Roberto, a fellow Barca captain. While Barca are yet to launch a formal offer for Busquets, the player's future could be sorted out before the Athletic Club game in La Liga later this month, according to Gabriel Sanz of Mundo Deportivo. It appears both parties are keen on fast-tracking the process due to their own reasons. Busquets, for one, has agreed to listen to Barca before making his decision, but his suitors have already tabled offers and want him to respond as quickly as possible. As a result, Busquets has been pushing for a renewal offer from the club and wants his future sorted before the international break, which starts later in the month, and the 34-year-old is expecting a renewal offer this week before the clash against Athletic Club. Barca meanwhile want to clarify Busquets' continuity, knowing his presence or departure from Camp Nou could seriously alter the club's plans for the summer ahead. Hence, they have summoned his agent, Jose Maria Orobic, this week, although a date has not been yet set. The Catalans have indeed been searching the market for a long-term replacement for Busquets, but if he remains at the club, one would expect him to put that pursuit on hold, given the club's ongoing crisis. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.